Now, going over to the political podcast, you have the FTC banning non-compete clauses, which is yet another reason, and the age-old saying, you might not be interested in politics, but politics is very much interested in you. Well, they also steal a majority of your dollar that every time you earn, or for every dollar you earn, most of it is stolen, taxed between the state and federal government, but I partially digress. Now, this is coming to us thanks to LinkedIn, and specifically is a writer by the name of Kara Reinhart, and she says, quote, the FTC has voted to make non-compete agreements illegal across the country. If approved, a rule banning new non-competes would prevent workers from taking a job with a rival, which prevent workers from taking a job with a rival or starting their own venture or for a certain amount of time. However, with the Chamber of Commerce poised to file a lawsuit, it's likely to take effect for many years. It's unlikely to take effect for many years. Axios says. Employers originally used non-competes to keep high-level executives from taking insider information to competitors, but these days, even lower-income workers and healthcare providers are asked to sign them. Now, a lot of people think this is a good thing, and again, look at all sides of the situation, gain as much data as possible. So I always tell people, tune into everything you can if you want to research a topic or opinion on something, and so you form your opinion appropriately or accordingly with your value system taken into account, of course. Now, I can't but think this is going to be extremely bad for a lot of small and medium-sized companies, especially when it's a cliche thing, but every company has sales reps. Every company has sales, except even the government. They got the IRS, so I guess you could count that as sales. But it's an instance where this could be very disruptive, especially for small businesses, if they have one rep leaves who, again, the 80-20 principle in business, and many things to be true, the truth be told, it's called 80-20 principle because 80% of your results will come from 20% of your efforts. So if you have 100 clients, well, 20 of them will basically perform 80% of your revenue. Rudimentarily said, that's usually how it goes. And imagine if you're a small business and you have non-competes in place, and usually they last, I want to say 12, 24 months on average, and there's some carve-outs. But the downside is, what if that employee they choose to leave on their own? What if they take those clients, and what if they take other clients from other sales reps at that business? Before you know it, that could just kneecap a company and take them off the market. They go out of business. Now, granted, a wise man, I don't agree with everything he says, but I do like Richard Branson's philosophy where he says, train everyone to the point where they could leave, but treat them in a way so that they would never want to. Which, again, I'm absolutely agree in that methodology. Now, from my perspective, owning small businesses, I see the downside of this being tremendous because, again, you could lose those key clients. You can lose them, just go out of business. Not over. In some cases, yeah, even conceivably overnight. So people think the public perception around a lot of these non-competes is it's only for CEOs and CFOs and people at the executive level at these Fortune 500 companies. No, even mom and pop shops that I work with, we have a couple. Again, working in IT security, you can't really tell people who your clients are unless you get a specific use case approved. Kind of the downside of working with cool clients, you can never really tell folks about them for the most part. But even folks that we work with, and we work with everyone from mom and pop shops to Fortune 500 companies, they all have very similar policies, believe it or not, when it comes to non-competes and NDAs. Because of these specific reasons, it can be detrimental to the business. And all of a sudden, let's say you lose that one sales rep who's contributing 8% of the revenue to the company. Well, that's paying for all the other employees. That's paying for the accountant. That's paying for the marketing manager. It's paying for the business development representative. There's a huge ripple effect. And especially, there's also other issues with not just, sales is perhaps one of the most rudimentary, simple things to, I think, relate to many people because it's a very simple, relatively simple concept, even for business-to-business sales. But you also have instances with intellectual property. Even manufacturing processes, you have different sales philosophies, you have manufacturing philosophies, coaching philosophies. Yeah, there's a lot of intellectual property that is also at stake. Now, this might cause people to bolster the breadth of their non-disclosure agreements, so their NDAs, but interestingly enough, a lot of people are saying this is an exceptionally good thing, and I think that's because, again, for certain people, it will be very advantageous, but again, when you're looking at the ripple effect in the big picture, I actually see this as being more of a net negative than a net positive when taking everything into account. Of course, I'm biased. I have my own couple small companies, and we use them for certain instances. to protect us. But I mean, look at LinkedIn. I mean, and granted, LinkedIn on average is, I'd say, more politically left. And scrolling down more and more, let's see here. I mean, overwhelming positive results. A lot of people are liking this, I think, because again, for the individual, it's going to be huge. I mean, fascinating enough, we have a lot of industries talking about this. So you have a couple of folks that are in even the surgery industry. You have a couple tech folks that are kind of giving their 2 cents. A couple of tax-related companies as well. So it'll be interesting to see. Again, it's already challenged. It's already, lawsuits against government are already being filed. And it'll be interesting to see what the ripple effect is and how long it actually stands. But just can't help but see more and more of these laws kneecapping businesses throughout the years as opposed to actually helping them. But let me know, do you think this will actually be a net positive for everyone? Are you very happy that maybe this will give you a new opportunity to do something else? Or, as always, it'd be fascinating to hear what you have to say. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in today. Again, we're trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month, so if you could click that button, I would greatly appreciate it. Also, leave me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment. This is a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.